Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Could you tell me who you are and what you do for work?
My name is Amy. I'm from Wales and I work as an agency nurse in Sydney.
Great, agency nurse. So could you tell me what agency nursing is?
So agency nursing is when you're not contracted to a job, so you don't have like a set amount of hours to work and you pick when you want to work, basically. You give availability to the agency and then they slot you into shifts that they need covered.
Mm-hmm. And what's the difference between agency nursing and actually working in a hospital full-time or part-time basis?
So you pick when you want to work and you pick when you don't want to work. You don't get sick pay, you don't get annual leave, and you get paid a bit more.
Yeah. How much more do you get paid?
Quite a bit more.
Quite a bit more.
Quite a bit more.
How did you get into your agency nursing job?
So you've got to be APRA registered and then you just find an agency that you want to apply, and it's just like applying for a job. Like you apply online, they ask you for documents and then you go for an interview and then you get your uniform and then you just start working.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty smooth. So you started working for your agency when you were on a working holiday visa, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done agency nursing the whole time I've been in Australia. When I was on my working holiday, when I was on my COVID visa, and now I'm on my residency.
Right.
I still do agency.
Yeah. There's a bit of a difference between like the people from UK and Japan.
Yeah.
Because basically our registration back home is not recognizable in Australia, so we need to prove our English proficiency and have to do the transition course as well.
Yeah.
Then you can get registered. So there's no way that Japanese people can work as an RN on a working holiday visa unless they have significant English skills before they come to Australia.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
have to do all those steps first, whereas a British nursing registration is recognised here. So basically as soon as you've got a visa with working rights, you can apply for your APRA. Like some agencies do sponsor, but I just never went down that route.
Because you didn't want to be committed to
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you work full-time hours every week.
Yeah, you've got to do a certain amount of hours a week to keep your sponsorship, and your wages slightly drop.
Oh, okay. Because you don't get agency rate.
It's like slightly less than agency rate. So
But
I think
a
it'd
bit
be
higher
more,
than you work in in one hospital.
Yeah.
So what's the positive aspect of working for an agency?
So you get paid more. You get to pick when you work. You can also turn down shifts if you don't want to work them. You get to work in loads of different areas because you're not in one hospital and one ward, so you get to like see what areas you like.
Yeah, it can be more for your experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask for time off. Like if you want to go on holiday for 3 weeks, you just say you're not available for 3 weeks.
Yep.
You meet loads of different people, which is really good.
Yeah.
So you make lots of friends to an agency.
And connections.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, you meet so many different nurses.
Sometimes you want to really work and you don't want to work, right?
Yeah.
When you want to work, you need to keep an eye on your phone for the notification, like to say the shifts are available today.
Yeah. So
Right?
some agencies do it by an app. Some agencies just do it all by text and phone call. So I usually give 2 weeks of availability, and then if they have shifts, they will send you a notification on the app and you accept or decline. Or if they don't have an app, they'll text you and then you accept or decline.
Yeah. So is there any case like sometimes morning shift starts from 7 a.m., right?
Yeah.
And you wake up 5 a.m. and you notice the notification and accept.
Yeah, so there has been times where you may want to work like an AM tomorrow and you might not have a shift. So if you really want to work, you've got to set your alarm so that you can get up and see if you've been allocated.
Yeah.
And you might not always get allocated, so then you've got up early for nothing.
Yeah.
But most of the time you will get allocated because there's so much work.
Yeah. It's kind of like stressful part of working for an agency, isn't it? Like you wake up at 5 a.m. and you notice that there are shifts available, but you feel like you don't want to work.
Yeah.
And you kind of question to yourself, like, oh, do I want to work today?
Yeah, 100%. So that's like the negatives. You've got to be really motivated.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have a shift booked in the night before, it's really hard to get yourself into work mode because you don't know if you're working or not.
Yeah.
Also, your shifts can be cancelled last minute, so you're not guaranteed full-time hours every week.
Yeah.
So even though the money's better, one week you might work a lot, and then the next week you might only do like one shift. So I tend to just take every shift that's offered to me.
Yeah.
Just in case the week after. You're crazy boy,
When you want time off work, you don't need to let your agency know. You can just go on a holiday or whatever you want to do, right? You need to apply on the app or something.
Yeah,
like that.
so if it's done by an app, you would like block it out as unavailable and write that you're going overseas.
Okay.
Or like if they didn't have an app, you'd just give them a ring or a text.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can easily plan your holiday or your weekends away with your friends and stuff.
You've just got more freedom with agency.
Just to understand, your flat rate is slightly higher than full-time or part-time job.
Yeah.
Then afternoon shift you get paid more on top of your flat rate, and the night shift the same, you get more.
Yeah, so there's like a rate for AM, PM, nights,
Weekends.
Saturday, Sunday. But then some agencies do it on what RN you are.
Oh, and 1 to RN.
Like, I think it's like 1 to 4, 5 to 8.
Yeah.
Would
So
be
like your
your
first year, fourth year,
Yeah.
eighth year, something like that.
Yeah.
Regarding your experience working for an agency, you get to work in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
How is that?
Like when you first do agency nursing, it is a bit daunting, like working in an area that you've never worked before. But I just think like if you're not ever comfortable going somewhere, you just let your agency know and they'll put you somewhere to your skill mix. Like I'm not ICU trained, so I wouldn't accept a shift in ICU.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't be offered a shift in ICU.
Yeah.
Do you know?
When I worked for an agency, they tried to put me on ED, and I told them I had never worked in ED, and they were like, "You'll be fine." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that because it's unsafe." Like if it's the ward transfer, like you were put in gastrointestinal unit, and you're told you need to work in like I don't know, urology.
Yeah.
I will say yes.
Yeah.
But where I have questions, I need to ask all the staff members to say, like, I've never done this, can you tell me how to do this?
Yeah.
And you get a chance to observe what they're doing, and you at least learn something.
Yeah, and I think like most people that work full-time on awards know your agency, so that it's not your usual place of work.
Yeah,
so
they don't have high expectation in you.
So they'll always be happy to help. Like you, I met you doing agency.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still ask questions now because if you're not working in one area all the time, you're working
each
in loads of different areas.
Each hospital has its policies and protocol procedures and so on.
Yeah.
But it's nice, hey, you get to know someone through agency work and you become friends elsewhere.
Yeah. So I would say when you first come to Australia that I would start out doing agency nursing, because then you get to go around to different hospitals, to different wards, and you can see where you like. You can see which hospital you like, which ward you like. If there's like a speciality that interests you, you can ask to keep going back there, and if you then want to apply for a full-time job, you can, and you're allowed to do that and still do agency. Yeah, it's just a good way to get to know the nursing system.
I can't agree more. When I got my rego in Australia, I needed to say yes to every offer I get.
Yeah.
That's the way you get into the system and get into the loop, I would say.
Yeah.
So agencies is a good option for those who newly get registration here, because you do not have a connection to individual hospitals, and you just need to apply to multiple agencies, and wherever that offers you, you get the job and you start working in the field you want to work in.
Yeah, like if you work on a ward and you love it, you're going to get to know that num because you're working there regular. So you could always say like if there's any casual jobs or full-time jobs, and it's kind of like a more, I don't know, casual way to get into something. Like you'd still have to have an interview and things like that, but at least you know the people that work there, you know the routine.
There's not only happy thing about working for an agency, but there's a thing that she wants everyone to make sure before you start working for an agency.
So like obviously, so like obviously agency is amazing, but you're going to be working in a lot of new places, so you are always going to be the new girl, and you're not going to be part of their work team. You've got to be okay with that. I just think like before you start your day, just make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you know who the num is and what their name is. Make sure someone's shown you around, you know where the recess trolley is, the fire exits, the bathrooms. Just make sure you know how to get in and out of the med room. Ask someone what like the routine is, because every ward has got a different routine depending on their speciality. Just if you're not sure about anything, just ask, because 90% of the time people are helpful, but you know there is always that time people have got a lot going on.
Everyone's got different personalities.
So everyone's got different personalities.
Can't assume everyone's nice to you.
So just don't take things too personal, because at the end of the day you're there to just do your job and give good patient care and be safe.
That's right. You need to make sure at least you know where the things are and be nice to them and show them attitude that you want to work.
There's never such thing as too many questions. If you're still not getting something, keep asking till you get it. Just be really nice and polite and get on with everyone.
That's all, isn't it?
And you'll be fine.
Yay, I love that. Thank you.
Thanks.